You are searching for that one perfect breakfast to be able to help with your arthritis. But what if I told you that there is not one? What if you needed a personalized prescription for your morning meal? Today, we are not just giving you a list of recipes. We are opening a doctor's office to help you find your arthritis breakfast prescription. Welcome back to Healthier Daily, the channel where we give you the simple science-backed truths to live a stronger and more independent life after 60. I'm your host, Dr. Ben Carter, and to be our wise physician in this special consultation today, we are joined by a doctor who has spent his life teaching the profound wisdom of personalized and joyful healing. It is our great honor to welcome Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara.
Thank you for having me, Ben. A wise doctor does not give the same medicine to every single patient. He listens to their body, he listens to their needs, and he listens to their spirit. The best healing breakfast is the one that not only calms the inflammation that is in the body, but also brings a sense of joy to the heart. This is so very important. I had a patient, a wonderful woman, who was trying so very hard to be healthy. She was forcing herself to eat a bowl of oatmeal every single morning, but she hated it. And because she did not enjoy it, she could never be consistent with it. Her true healing did not begin until we found the breakfast prescription that was perfect for her.
And that is exactly what our guide is all about today. As you are watching this on a Thursday evening and you are thinking about your breakfast for tomorrow morning, Dr. Hinohara is going to walk us through his 3 beautiful breakfast prescriptions. In our journey today, we will learn about the prescription for the traditionalist. We will then discover the prescription for the planner. And finally, we will find the prescription for the savory seeker. It is a true blessing to have this kind of knowledge to be able to understand that our path to healing can also be a path of joy. If you are ready to find the perfect and the most joyful healing breakfast prescription for you, please type the number 1 in the comments below. And be sure to subscribe to our channel. It's completely free, and you will not want to miss a single one of these delicious and very healing options. Okay, doctor, let's open up your prescription pad. As our viewers are thinking about their breakfast for tomorrow morning, let's start with the first and perhaps the most comforting option. For our viewers at home who love a warm, a traditional, and a very soothing start to their day, what is your first breakfast prescription? What is the prescription for the traditionalist?
Yes, our first beautiful prescription is for the person who loves a warm and a very soothing start to their day. And it is especially for the person who is suffering from that deep and very frustrating morning stiffness. The prescription is a beautiful and a very comforting bowl of oats with turmeric and ginger. And for my patient, the woman who was forcing herself to eat a breakfast that she truly hated, this was actually the very first option that we discussed. She told me, "Doctor, I know that oatmeal is supposed to be healthy, but for me, it is so bland and so boring." And so we had to show her how to be able to transform it from a simple and a bland food into a beautiful and a very powerful medicine.
And this is such a powerful and a very intelligent combination of ingredients. Let's look at the beautiful and deep science behind this wonderful prescription. First, as you said, we have the beautiful oats. As the source text for our video so wisely notes, the oats are a wonderful and a very rich source of a special type of soluble fiber. And this is so very important for our joints because this beautiful fiber helps to keep our blood sugar very stable all morning long. And as we now know, stable blood sugar means less inflammation. So the beautiful oats are providing a wonderful and an anti-inflammatory foundation for our breakfast. But then we add the 2 famous firefighting spices. We have our beautiful turmeric with its powerful curcumin, and we have the warming ginger with its powerful gingerols. And this is that famous and powerful 1-2 punch against the inflammation and the pain that is in our joints.
But, doctor, as we learned in our Healing Tea Matrix video, There is a very important and a non-negotiable secret to be able to unlock the full power of the turmeric.
That is exactly right. You must always remember to add that tiny and all-important pinch of black pepper. The piperine that is in the black pepper is what has been shown in scientific studies to be able to increase your body's absorption of the powerful curcumin by up to 2,000%. It is the absolute key that turns this from a simple and a pleasant breakfast into a truly powerful and very medicinal meal.
So, it is an absolute must. Now, doctor, can you please walk our viewers at home through the simple step-by-step process of how to make this beautiful and comforting breakfast?
Of course, it is a very simple and a very warming ritual to begin your day. You will simply cook your oats either on the stovetop or in the microwave with your choice of water or your favorite milk. And then while the beautiful oats are still warm, you will stir in about 1 teaspoon of the turmeric powder and about a half a teaspoon of the ginger powder. Or of course, you can use the fresh and grated roots if you like. And then of course, you will add your tiny and very important pinch of black pepper. And to make it even more delicious and even more healing for your body, as the source text notes, you can top it with a beautiful handful of fresh berries for all of their wonderful antioxidants, or a satisfying sprinkle of nuts for their healthy and anti-inflammatory fats. It is a truly blessed and a beautiful way to begin the day, to be able to transform a simple and a very humble bowl of oatmeal into such a powerful and an intelligent pharmacy for our bodies. So that beautiful and warming oatmeal activated with the turmeric and the ginger is the perfect prescription for the traditionalist. It is a wonderful and a very powerful choice for a person who loves that cozy and comforting start to their day. But doctor, I know from your patient's story that she did not enjoy the oatmeal. What about for the person who is perhaps a little bit busier in the mornings, or who lives in a warmer climate and wants something cool and refreshing? What is the second prescription on our menu? What is the prescription for the planner?
Yes, our second beautiful prescription is for the planner. This is for the person who needs a beautiful and a very healing breakfast that is ready and waiting for them the very moment that they wake up. And our prescription for this person is the cool and the very refreshing chia seed pudding with berries. And for my patient, the woman who did not enjoy the warm oatmeal, this was a much better fit for her spirit. She absolutely loved that she could prepare it the night before and that it was waiting for her in the refrigerator in the morning. It was a beautiful and a very easy way for her to be able to be consistent with her healing.
And this is such a powerful and a very different kind of an anti-inflammatory breakfast. Let's look at the beautiful science that is behind this wonderful prescription. First, as you said, we have the beautiful chia seeds. As the source text for our video so wisely notes, these tiny and humble little seeds are an absolute powerhouse of the plant-based anti-inflammatory ALA omega-3 fatty acids. And as we now know, these omega-3s are like a cool and a very calming rain on the fire of inflammation that is burning in our joints. And then, of course, we have the beautiful fresh berries. The beautiful deep-colored berries, like our blueberries and our strawberries, are one of nature's richest and most wonderful sources of the powerful antioxidants that are called anthocyanins. These are the very compounds that help to protect your delicate cartilage from the daily damage of oxidative stress.
And as the source text notes, the beautiful berries are also a very rich source of vitamin C.
Yes, and the vitamin C is the essential helper or construction manager that is needed for your body to be able to build and to repair the precious collagen that gives your joints their strength and their beautiful cushion. So with this one simple breakfast, you are getting the anti-inflammatory omega-3s, you are getting the protective antioxidants, and you are getting the rebuilding power of the vitamin C. Now, doctor, for our viewers who are watching this tonight and they want to prepare this beautiful breakfast for their morning tomorrow, can you please walk us through the simple overnight recipe?
Of course, it is a very simple and a very beautiful ritual to do before you go to bed for the night. In a simple jar or a small bowl, you will combine 3 tablespoons of the chia seeds with 1 cup of your favorite unsweetened milk, like a beautiful almond or a coconut milk. You will stir it very, very well, and then you will let it sit on your counter for about 10 minutes. Then, and this is a very important step, you must stir it one more time to make sure that all of the seeds do not clump together at the bottom of the jar. You will then place it in your refrigerator overnight, and in the morning you will wake up to a beautiful and a very thick, creamy, and delicious pudding. You can then top it with your beautiful handful of fresh berries and perhaps a little sprinkle of nuts for some healthy and satisfying crunch.
It is a truly blessed and a very wise practice to be able to prepare our healing for tomorrow today. It is a beautiful act of foresight and of loving self-care. And we love sharing this kind of holistic wisdom with our global community. To help us see our global community, please let us know what city, state, or country you're watching from. We love hearing from all of you. So we now have a beautiful, warm prescription for the traditionalist with the healing oatmeal. And we have a cool and a very convenient prescription for the planner with the beautiful chia seed pudding. It is a wonderful and a very complete menu so far. But doctor, I know from our consultations that there is a third type of person, the person who does not like a sweet breakfast at all. They crave something savory in the morning. What is the final prescription on our menu? What is the prescription for the savory seeker?
Yes, our final prescription is for the person who needs a more substantial and a more savory start to their day. It is a beautiful and a very elegant meal, and it is perfect for a special Friday morning treat. And our prescription for this person is the beautiful and the very delicious avocado and smoked salmon toast. And for my patient, the woman who did not enjoy the oatmeal and who did not like the cold pudding, this was her perfect match. She absolutely fell in love with this beautiful and savory breakfast. She told me that it felt like a special meal from a beautiful restaurant, but it was deeply healing for her body.
And this is perhaps the most powerfully anti-inflammatory breakfast of all 3. Let's look at the incredible science that is behind this beautiful prescription. First, as you said, we have the beautiful and creamy avocado. As the source text for our video so wisely notes, the avocado is an absolute powerhouse of the healthy and the powerfully anti-inflammatory monounsaturated fats. And it is also a very rich source of the beautiful antioxidant vitamin E, which helps to protect all of the delicate tissues that are in our joints. But then we add the beautiful wild-caught smoked salmon. And the salmon is, of course, our richest and most powerful food source of the DHA and the EPA omega-3 fatty acids. These are the most potent and the most direct anti-inflammatory fats that we can possibly eat. They are a true superfuel for our joints.
So, it is a true powerhouse of healthy and anti-inflammatory fats. But doctor, the very foundation of this meal is the toast. And I know that the type of bread we choose is a very critical part of this prescription.
That is the most important part. You cannot build this beautiful and healing meal on a foundation of the inflammatory, refined white bread that we talked about in our arthritis arsonist video. You absolutely must choose a dense and a very beautiful 100% whole grain or a traditional sourdough bread. That is the smart swap that makes all of the difference. The whole grain bread provides the beautiful slow-burning energy and the important fiber that helps to keep your blood sugar stable and to keep your body in a calm and an anti-inflammatory state. So it is a perfect symphony of healthy fats, of clean protein, and of slow-burning carbohydrates. Now, doctor, can you please walk our viewers at home through how to assemble this beautiful and delicious breakfast?
It is the simplest of all to make. You will take your beautiful slice of a whole grain bread and you will toast it lightly. You will then take half of a ripe avocado and you will gently mash it with a fork. You can add a little squeeze of fresh lemon juice and a tiny pinch of salt and pepper. You will then spread this beautiful green mash onto your warm toast. And on top of that, you will place 2 or 3 beautiful slices of the wild-caught smoked salmon. And if you like, you can sprinkle it with a few capers or some fresh herbs like dill. It is a beautiful, a delicious, and a very elegant healing meal.
It sounds absolutely wonderful. Now, doctor, let's go back one final time to your patient, the woman who was struggling to find a healing breakfast that she could actually enjoy.
This was the beautiful conclusion to her healing story. The patient who had hated the oatmeal and who did not like the cold pudding, she fell in love with this beautiful avocado and salmon toast. It was the perfect prescription for her, and because she loved it, she was finally able to be consistent with her healing. And because she was consistent, her morning pain and her stiffness finally began to fade away. As I always say, the most powerful medicine in the world is the one that a person will actually take with joy.
That is a truly beautiful and a blessed story. It is a powerful reminder that our path to healing does not have to be one of restriction and of sadness. It can be a path of great and of blessed joy. Doctor, this has been an incredible and a very illuminating consultation. You have taken the one-size-fits-all approach to breakfast, and you have turned it into a beautiful and a very personalized arthritis breakfast prescription. It is a powerful new way for our viewers to be able to fight back against their chronic joint pain. We have learned that there is a perfect healing breakfast for everyone, whether you are a traditionalist, a planner, or a savory seeker. This is a profound and a very hopeful approach to senior health. By finding the healing breakfast that speaks to their own spirit, our viewers can now stop forcing themselves to eat foods they do not enjoy, and they can start a path of consistent and joyful healing. This important knowledge is a true cornerstone of a proactive senior health strategy. It is a practical food-first way to fight back against the daily misery of joint pain and to live a more comfortable and a more mobile life. This is how we can find lasting relief from our joint pain. Now, Doctor, your arthritis breakfast prescription is a life-changing way of thinking. For our viewers at home who are watching this evening and are inspired to write their own prescription for tomorrow morning, what is the most important and the wisest first step that they can take tonight?
That is a very wise and a very beautiful question. The journey to a healing breakfast must always begin with one single, gentle step. I will give you a simple 3-part action plan for tonight and for tomorrow morning. First, tonight, before you go to sleep, your only job is to be a curious and a very gentle observer of your own heart. This is your gentle audit. I want you to ask yourself, which of these 3 beautiful breakfasts brought a smile to my face? Which one felt like a joyful meal and not like a punishment? You must first listen to the gentle whispers of your own spirit. Second, you will prepare for joy. Tonight, you will take one small step to prepare your chosen meal. If you have chosen the chia seed pudding, you will take 5 minutes to make it before you go to bed. If you have chosen the salmon toast, you will simply make sure that you have a beautiful ripe avocado ready for the morning. This is a beautiful and a very simple act of love for your future self. And third, and this is the most important step of all in the morning, you will eat with intention. You will eat your chosen meal not as a chore, but as a beautiful and a very powerful act of self-care. You will taste every single bite. You will feel the beautiful nourishment. This is your first step. You are not just eating breakfast. You are taking your beautiful and healing medicine with great joy.
That is a perfect and a very achievable action plan, Doctor.
I want to leave you with this one final thought. You must not force yourself to eat a medicine that you do not love. You must find the healing food that speaks to your own spirit. As I have always said, joy is a very powerful and a very important ingredient in any prescription.
That is a beautiful message, Doctor. It's a wonderful reminder to be good stewards of our health by finding the joy in the blessed and the very diverse and delicious foods that we have been given. And of course, it is absolutely essential that you speak with your personal doctor or a registered dietitian before making any significant changes to your diet, especially if you have existing health conditions. Please remember that our conversation today is for educational purposes and is not a substitute for the direct medical advice from your own trusted physician. If you found this guide empowering and it gave you a new and a joyful way to think about your health, please give this video a like so that others can find this vital information, and be sure to share it with a friend or a family member. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. It is completely free, and it ensures you will not miss our next practical health guide. And for our community discussion today, we would love to know which of these beautiful breakfast prescriptions, the traditionalist, the planner, or the savory seeker, is the perfect one for you. Please share your choice in the comments below. Thank you for being with us. Be well.